Well, hello, everybody. As I turn the music down even a little bit more, like I just told my lovely Olympians, this is our last episode 2 of a season. And we are very glad that you are here either on Twitch or on the YouTubes to share in this Chaosium Pulp Cthulhu campaign entitled Project Athena. Now, before I get into what happened last time, I've got a little bit of house cleaning that we need to do right off the bat. You see, this final season of Project Athena has a couple new donations down below. In addition, as inspired by my good buddy Don, who is also Barney on Project Kronos, there are also tiers that can be reached per contributions of either bits or donations to help construct the story. And last week, we hit them both. And so I am going to put, at first, a straw poll up into chat, which should appear. Hey, there it is. I'll put a couple more of them up. If you would be so kind, chat, as to go in and please vote for this particular tier that was acquired in our season premiere last week. This tier immediately gives one of the Olympians a D10 sanity loss, but it also gives them a D10 of healing. So, I will allow them to use it during the course of the episode or force them to use it at the end. And I will also let you know that if you are a sub of this show, at the end, you will be able to vote for your Olympian who can ignore a sanity roll at any point. And finally, because we reached our $100 tier last week, I will be posting up a straw poll soon, and I will announce it before I do so. You may vote for one of these Olympians that you see here that will introduce themselves in just 1 minute, and that Olympian will receive the Country Roads benefit. They will receive a care package from the Burke Farm. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is something very, very good. But before we go around to good, let's go around to mediocre, neutral, and in some cases evil, as we talk to our Olympians. And in no particular order, I will start with Lauren. Lauren, how are you doing today? And are you ready for episode 2 of season 4 of Project Athena?
No! Hi, everybody. I'm Lauren. I'm Pat Salty Ginger over on Twitter. I am as prepared as I always am. I know exactly what I'm going to say and do at all times. Yep, I play Sabella Ives, resident psychic hailing from Louisiana and New York. She is psychic. I sometimes don't say that, and then I don't do anything psychic, and then it's very strange that I'm talking about catching eye contact with so many people. But yes, psychic, lover, showers, that's me. So excited.
I love when you trail with a question mark. It's my favorite. So as I'm looking at the results of the straw poll coming in, I like what I see. Let's jump over to, I don't know, Elijah. Elijah, how are you doing, Strider? And are you ready for your episode 2 of
I'm
this?
hyped up.
Okay,
I'm
go
excited
ahead,
to
buddy.
be here. My internet's a little choppy, so I'm going to excuse myself for a second to grab my Ethernet cord, but I'm hyped up. I'm ready to go. And stop voting for Elijah. He has no sanity. Stop it.
Okay, so you've all heard him chat. I'm sure you'll listen. Elijah would like you not to vote for him anymore because his sanity is so low. But in addition to that, let's go to the luckiest person who is always willing to spend luck, sanity, whatever it takes to get the job done. Steven, how are you doing? And is your sniper, Dwight Burke, ready for the task at hand?
Hey, I'm Steve. I'm at Big Pig 500. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't take notes. And I am from West Virginia, Country Roads. So I am ready for 4 seasons. I've shot at things. I've killed monsters. I've shot people, but I've yet to have a target. And the sniper is ready to have a target tonight. So we'll see how this goes down. But I'm excited.
Targets are a sniper's best friend. We'll see if, in fact, Dwight believes that to be the case as this episode progresses. But for someone that has a decidedly different target, perhaps one of survival or even standing up, Allison, Cato Callahan, Are you ready in particular for episode 2?
I'm so ready. I am so ready. I don't think I have thought as much in the 6 intervening days about an episode as I have thought about this one. I'm so excited. Hey, everybody. It's Allison. I play Caitlin Jane O'Callahan, aviatrix extraordinaire, princess of the skies, America's flying sweetheart. I'm coming to you from beautiful Portland, Oregon tonight, a hotel room that some of you may recognize if you've been watching this show for a while. And my character, Kate O'Callahan, is not even in the actual world where everybody else is. She's in some bizarre alternate universe version of Malibu with her weird ex-boyfriend, and apparently has had her wings clipped in a particularly devious way, Greg. I'm really excited to see where this goes.
Me too. I can't wait to see how all of this plays out. We'll get to the recap in a moment, but we've got 3 distinct groups of Olympians in 3 distinctly difficult situations. And I've found, just by being the keeper of 3+ seasons of this show, if you've got a difficult situation, you go to our final Olympian. Lindy, how are you doing? And how is Dr. Greta von Kraus? And are you both ready for episode 2?
Hi, Greg. I am in from the in-laws house out of state. I can not really read anything on my monitor because it's so tiny and I only have one. I can't zoom everything into 150%. So, I could be more ready. I'm also very hardcore tipsy right now, thanks to my in-laws, because they're the best. But Greta, she makes the best decisions when Lindy's drunk, so we'll see how tonight goes. I'm sure it'll be great. She's just got a biological weapon in her pocket. Everything's fine.
Right. Hey, everybody. When Lindy's sober, she comes up with biological weapons that could ruin the Isle of Britain. We've just given control of Dr. Greta von Kraus and said biological weapon to tipsy Lindy. What could possibly go wrong in the next 2 hours? Oh, we'll see. And speaking of all of that, let me take a look here as our poll comes in. And everyone, we do have a straw poll up right now. This straw poll is from last week, as we are actually already on our way to meeting a goal for this week. All of you have an additional advantage given to you by the Pope. Thank you very much, Pope, for that advantage, as the Olympians, as you said, will need it. And I, my friend, agree. So, if you haven't voted if you haven't voted in the straw poll, please go ahead and do so. This is a vote to give somebody an immediate D10 of sanity loss, but also a D10 of healing. They will be needing that at some point, or using it at some point during the episode, or forced to use it at the end. I will give it just a few more moments until after the recap, and then we will see. There's a tie. We will see how we're doing when we get there. So as we started last week's episode, our season 4 premiere of Project Athena, the group was scattered, split, and in many cases, alone. In addition to all of that, 3 of the Olympians were incarcerated for the murder of Quentin Shapiro. Now, as they were split and as they were given to the British authorities, everything seemed on the up and up as far as it could be for murderers and their accomplices. But it soon turned poorly as situations were moved, as they were taken from where they currently were and placed in different areas of incarceration. What once was just being in prison became torture. Specific torture for the Olympians that you see here. Sabella was subjected to sensory deprivation, and from what she was able to glean from the guards and from a Dr. Tanner, she was told that herself was being taken in this bit of a experiment. Now, as for Elijah Sawyer, he was simply being beaten. There wasn't anything they really gleaned or needed from Mr. Sawyer, so they decided to just have fun with him. And though I had no idea at the time that the player is not a fan of small places, Kate O'Callahan was buried alive. Now, also in prison, but one of a decidedly different sort, Dr. Greta von Krauss had been conscripted to aid one Dr. Robert Oppenheimer in his pursuit of nuclear evolution, and she was helping quite a bit. But as the course of events would go, and as we do have Olympians here, escape attempts were made, offers were given, some of them were taken, and then as we ended the episode, Elijah Sawyer had escaped. He had met one John Dillinger, seemingly sent by the New York Mafia to save one of their own. Dr. Greta von Krauss had likewise been saved or aided in her escape by one of the Dietrichs, the Dr. Dietrich, the one that she had worked side by side with, the one that has more than a little crush on her. And Sabella Ives, while trapped inside the tank, she was rescued in a different way, as Kate O'Callahan was given a choice by the mystic Jack Parsons. As long as Kate would come with Jack, he would save Sabella. Kate agreed. Sabella was saved, and in turn she was sent to the only Olympian known to be, air quotes, safe, and that was Dwight Burke, who was currently stationed and on mission in Jerusalem. When she appeared there, Dwight was running after having been given information, seemingly pursued by, guess it, mystic forces, as large woven lupine creatures were running across the rooftops. As men were attacking, and as Dwight was running, he simply picked up his friend as she appeared, because they've been through enough shit that this doesn't throw anybody. And as they were running and jumping over rooftops, we ended the session with where Kate ended up. And as Kate awoke in the area around her, she was in a beautiful aforementioned beach house in Malibu. It's the home of Jack Parsons. It's her home, as she is Mrs. Kate Parsons. And the only difference in this wonderful, beautiful world to the Kate that we know and the Kate that is there is that this Kate is in a wheelchair, having suffered some terrible accident in a separate timeline. But my Olympians, as we always must do, we have to go back to go forward. I'm going to go check the straw poll right now and several donations that have come in. But before we do so, I will set the scene of Jerusalem on the rooftops as we see Dwight Burke and Sabella Ives. Sabella, describe yourself to Dwight Burke, because as he just scooped you up, started to run and jumped over onto another rooftop, you are wearing exactly what you were wearing in incarceration. You were submerged in water. So, to recap both myself and the audience, what's everyone look like running across these rooftops in Jerusalem?
Soaking wet in my underwear, but Dwight's seen that before, only this time I'm not having as much fun. So, yes, Sabella, blonde curls, big green eyes, Creole bod, whatevs. She is currently slung over Dwight Burke's shoulder, her hands tied, because that's what was happening, in a slip in her just glorious, glorious wet form, being very confused about where she is or what the hell's going on. So, par for the course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Dwight, you have just made the jump, and as we ended with you all kind of getting across the area as you're being pursued.
You're not going to ask me what I look like?
I was going to say, what was the last thing that Dwight did, and recap us, as we all know what Dwight looks like. He's a handsome Clint Eastwood-esque type of character. But what is he currently wearing that may be different than what we are used to seeing from one Dwight?
Dwight probably is in a more of an Arabian garb. Has probably around his head. Anything that he can hide himself. Yeah, Dwight is very low key. He's not about, he wants to blend in, like of every season we've been in. He has hidden his features. If he can not be noticed, that's better for him. He's seen Sabella in many different forms as the seasons go on, but he looks at her like a little sister. He is just wants to protect her, and now we are in the why is the mouth open? I don't understand that. But listen, we're going out. He wants to get her as quickly as possible to safety, get her clothes, get her just get away. That's it, because we're under attack.
Okay.
As usual.
All right, and let me do some housekeeping before we go forward, because the wonderful people of chat have given our equally wonderful Olympians some much needed aid in the struggles ahead. And I would like to say that Cat Mal Charlie has given a permanent boon for Greta. That will be coming into play very, very soon. And also Celeste has given an advantage for all and a one-time use boon for Greta and Elijah. I have all of those upcoming, as you all will be definitely needing those things. Especially Elijah, as I turn one last time to the straw poll. And as everyone can guess, Elijah, you have lost the straw poll, or won it, however you want to say. Roll me a d10, my friend, and we will see how much sanity you lose.
Thank you, chat.
You lose 3 sanity. Now, what we'll do here is you can immediately use the d10 of healing, because I know that Elijah is very wounded right now.
I'm going to, because, yeah, I'm at 4 health.
Excellent, excellent. So, yes, so with an exchange of 3 sanity for 9 health, chat has bestowed upon you the gift of health with just a side order of crazy.
Not at all as bad as I come to expect from this channel, so.
Right. Now, chat, before we get into the story, I have one last thing to tell you. And because last week we went over $100, which is our buffer for the Country Roads benefit, you may now, if you look in chat, you will see this straw poll pop up. If you would like to vote for one of the Olympians you see on the screen, they are going to receive a care package from the Burke Farm. What that means, for those of you that don't understand, one of these characters will get something very, very good. Help them out. And so, as we go back to the rooftops of Jerusalem, as everyone has explained and described in the manner in which the players have just done so, what do you all do as the jump has just landed? You're skittering across the loose stones, Sabella over your shoulder. Olympians, tell me what you do.
What's going on? I'm bouncing along, I assume.
Spot hidden. As usual.
Roll it, roll it.
Let me drink. Noise.
Yeah.
Okay, so with an extreme, I'm going to actually make extremes worth a little bit more this season, as I have kind of jacked up several of the other things that are going on. Thank you very much. So with this extreme, you are given the following information with just a cursory look over your shoulder, Dwight. You see the position that you're trying to be flanked, as there are 2 of these creatures jumping at a rate of about 50 yards off to your right. There are 2 other ones off to your left. However, you do see that coming up, there is a bit of a space between the left-hand side that perhaps these creatures have not accounted for. If you head in that direction, you might be able to lose half of your pursuers. And that is an extreme.
Okay. He will definitely skid left. What gun can he pull quickly? If they skid over to where they need to be and he can turn, and can he pull Grease gun and like just blast anything behind him with Sabelloni's shoulder?
They're still about 50 yards off. You hear the sounds of
okay.
fighting. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely do it. They're not on the. I think you mean more like they're just about on you. You want to turn
Yeah.
around and blast them off.
Got it.
They're not that close.
Do I think I can get away without having any combat?
You do see, like I said, there is, in your mind's eye as a soldier, you see that there is a window that is closing on the left. You should be able to get through there if you maintain this speed. However, there's at least 2 jumps from here to there, and you are carrying Sabella. If you put her down, you of course could maneuver better, but her hands are still tied, so...
Dwight, I'm not sure where we're headed, but I'm not much of a jumper. I like the ground. I like being on the ground, just in general.
Do I think the jumping, getting across the building is better? Or do I think I should try to get on the ground? Is there a way to get on the ground? How far am I up?
You are currently several stories up, so you're
Right.
about 30 to 40 feet in the air, because these aren't just flat roofs, they continue to round and dip. And I will let you know that last week your jump score improved by 15. I will also let you know that your drive auto has just improved by 15. And oh, your jump score has improved by another 15 as the Pope of Pulp Cthulhu has bestowed quite a boon upon Dwight Burke.
I wish I knew who you were, because I will find you and I will boon you as well. Thank you, sir. Well, yeah, he's going to jump then. I mean, he's going to get it. He's going to book left. He's going to do a football move, and he's going to slide left. He's going to head for the biggest tower, and he's going to get behind something, because if I got 2 to deal with, he's dealt with them before. He knows he can pull these down. He's just got to get somewhere where he can get in range, get Sabella off, and if he can, like if they're 50 yards away, that gives him plenty of time to snip her, so she can get free with her bounds, and he'll get ready to pop both of them.
Okay.
Is that possible?
Anything is possible in this game, my friend. What I would like you to do is,
So-
I would like you have to make a jump. There's going to be 2 jumps before you can get to a safe area. You see what looks like almost like an aviary on top of a building about 2 ways down. It's essentially a patio that's been converted in for public use. Nobody's on it right now, but as you're leaping and jumping over, you figure if you could get there, you could use both the railing and the kind of the upper raised access of the stairwell for cover. And more importantly, you could probably get Sabella into cover as you snip her.
If I will use the advantage if necessary. Nope. We fail both times to jump.
Okay. So as this jump is, as soon as you leave the ground, Sabella, you feel it. He slips just at the last second. I am going to allow you, Miss Sabella Ives. You are currently bound. Is there anything that you would like to do as you guys begin to plummet towards
Can I
the
push
street?
her toward the? Can I push her?
Hold on. I'm going to shove my weight back. If I notice it as soon as he's leaping off, I'm going to shove my weight back the way we came, because it's much closer.
Absolutely. Roll a luck roll for me.
Extreme.
So as soon as you feel your feet go out from under you, Dwight, you feel yourself completely get ripped backwards as Sabella shifts her own weight, feeling your failure to be imminent. And before you leave the rooftop, you slide to a stop. Your legs go over as Sabella, you land on your knees, you're kind of crouched over Dwight now. Dwight, you are looking up at Sabella, who is drenched in something. And now that you look at her, you realize that whatever she was in was not water.
Dwight, Burke, what is after us?
Am I hanging onto a building?
Your feet are hanging off. You're not in danger of falling off.
Grab me!
eyes were supposed to be so good. Help pull him up as best I can.
Yeah, you're able to get up, but with the earlier spot hidden roll, you can see that these are converging. Still all four are converging as you have not yet reached that equisafe area, that window to the left that you saw.
I'm going to cut her free. As quick as, if she pulls me up, I'll cut her free as quick as I can.
Roll luck, Dwight
What was
Burke.
I in? Nice.
Thank God.
Okay, Dwight, you're able to just use your knife and free her immediately. It doesn't take long, but
Yep.
there on the rooftop in Jerusalem, as the stars are beginning to come out over this holy land, 4 creatures are surrounding 2 Olympians, and there is a fight a-coming. But before we have a fight a-coming, it's time for us to go somewhere else. As we go to Malibu. Allison, as Kate is seated in the living room of your home, I would like you to roll a power check.
Very good. Very good. As a reminder, I get advantage on all power checks. So a success.
How we're going to play this is this. For a moment, Kate, as you're staring out at the ocean, and you can feel windows are up, there is no conditioned air, nor is there any needed here in Malibu. And as the wind blows in, catching the curtains and swirling them lazily into the area, for a moment you forget. This is your life. You are Caitlin Jane Parsons. And you live in Malibu. Your husband, Jack, is fantastic. The best man ever built. And then you remember. And you are in a wheelchair. You are alone in the house. Your nurse doesn't arrive for another hour. Kate, what would you like to do?
I start for a moment as I remember, as the memories come flooding back. And as they do, I push on the arms of the chair as if I'm going to stand up, as I have my entire life.
Roll a strength check.
Fail.
You start to push yourself out of the chair, but unlike the memories that you hold inside your mind, though clouded a bit, nothing below your waist fires to assist in your standing. And so as you kind of post on these the chairs of the arms of the chair with your own arms, you are holding yourself up only by them and soon drop back.
I lean forward with my elbows on my knees and I am about to burst into tears when I remember the choice that brought me here. And then I try to make my way toward the telephone.
Sure, absolutely. It's situated in a way for you to be able to get to it. It's not raised or attached to the wall. It's lower. It's a handheld kind of an older cradle model, as this is 33, but easily accessible to you.
I pick up the phone, and when the operator answers, I give her the number that I remember for the Parsons factory in Cloverfield and the private line of what was once my own office in the world where I lived, the one that I shared with Jack.
Maintenance.
What? Who is this?
This is Bob. How can I help you?
Bob. Greg, do I recognize Bob?
You do not.
Bob, this is Mrs. Parsons.
Oh, Mrs. Parsons, can I get the boss for you?
Yes. Please.
I don't know how to, and you hear him presumably put the cradle of the phone on set it down, you hear the Martha, Patrick, it's Mrs. Patrick, back through, and you hear a couple click, 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 and then several brief broom, broom, and then an answer. Hello? Kate, is this you?
Yes, it is, Jack.
Whoa, what a lovely surprise. How are you today? You settling in?
Jack, I need you to come home now.
Well...
Jack, have you ever known me to make a request of you that was frivolous or unnecessary?
Well, no, but I'm looking for something right now. Got a couple open windows right now, Kate. Your nurse will be along 45, 30 minutes.
Jack, I know exactly how long it takes to get from that factory to this house. And if you take a minute longer than that, then you're going to have to deal with some broken windows. And I hang up the phone.
It does not ring. Roll spot hidden for me, Kate.
Extreme success.
So even in the odd state that you find yourself, Caitlin Jane O'Callahan, you see that there are pictures of a wedding day that you never attended, a dress that you never wore, and you see that this ceremony seemingly took place just by your ability to look at the picture and then look out your window, and you can see that it occurred along the very same stretch of beach that is currently out there. And you see elements of a life lived. You see that there are memorabilia from trips taken, elements of Southeast Asian culture, elements of Russian culture. And as you're looking around, and as you already rolled an extreme, and as you remember yourself, Caitlin Jane O'Callahan, you see elements of the occult everywhere. And as you turn and realize that this quaint, expensive, rich Malibu home, it holds a den of symbology and iconography that would rival any crypt beneath any city in Europe or the Middle East. And as you're looking around, you notice that as this property extends towards the ocean where you said your vows to Jack Parsons. You see that there is a white picket fence that separates a bit of the beach behind your house, Jack's house, from the general beach. And as you look out, you see a small man with long hair, kind of balding on top, gray, and a beard, stocky, as he seems to be wearing nothing more than a cut-off pair of pants and a length of rope tied around as a belt. And as he walks down the beach, he begins to climb towards that white picket fence until he is leaning up against it facing the house. And when your eyes catch his, he waves. He gestures for you to come out.
Am I able to do so in the chair?
You see that every area in this home, including the exterior to the patio and even a length of boardwalk that extends not to the water but to the beach, there is ramp access everywhere. So you can reach every area of your home. Jack's home.
I begin to make my way toward this odd and unexpected stranger. And before I get too close, well, you're not exactly the type that I expect to see walking along the beach in Malibu.
You don't think? And in the time it's taken you to kind of leave your position at the window and go down the ramp, he has produced a metal wand and what looks like a tin of liquid. And the wand is curved into a loop. And as you walk out, you see this little grizzled, almost looks like a fantasy, like a dwarf or a hobbit, as he dips the circle into the liquid, and you see him bring it to his lips, and bubbles fill the air outside of the Parson residence. Well, I think you can be anywhere you want to be. That's what I think. How are you, Kate?
I'm sorry, have we met?
One of the bubbles drifts past you, and inside its surface you see Sabella Ives.
Who the hell are you?
Me? Well, people call me Al. Some say I'm the Pulp of Malibu. But I'm here to help you, Kate.
Well, I could use more than a little help right now, Al. What do you got?
A large bubble drifts by, and inside it, you see your snake gun.
Well, well, well. I haven't seen that in a long, long time. I suppose it wouldn't be proper for me to ask you how you came by it in such a fashion. I reach out to grab it.
It pops, but there's nothing in your hand. Well, a good pope always knows about the faith, and people believe it is particularly important to me. I like to provide what people believe in.
Well, only thing I've ever really believed in is myself, Al, and there was a time that got me most of the world. And I look down and say, doesn't exactly seem to be working out for me right now, though.
Temporary setback. Have faith, Caitlin Jane O'Callahan, America's flying sweetheart.
I make a show of crossing myself, not in a mocking sort of way, but in an extremely reverential sort of way.
Oh, don't do that. There's faith of friends is what we're talking about, I think, Kate. He reaches into a small satchel that's slung from his hip around the twine, barely visible against the dark-colored pants that he wears. And he does not produce your serpent gun, but he produces a revolver. And even at this distance, you can see that it's got a magnificent heft. And as he kind of pulls it out, it seems bigger than... larger in his hands than maybe it would in yours. He holds it, flips it around, and you see that along the ebony grip is written Calamity Jane. Faith is always with us, Kate. Just takes different forms.
They used to call me that, Calamity Jane. I suppose you do know that, though, don't you?
I like it. Fitting.
I do too, Al. And I reach out my hand for it.
He slides it into your grasp, and as soon as you grab it, Kate, you feel the same tendrils of the serpent gun come off of this ebony wood handle and wrap lazily around your wrist. It does not grip or pull, but they're there. And you realize that whatever this thing is, it's the same as what you once had. It's just faith of a different kind.
Is there anything I can offer you in return, Al?
Well, he looks up at the sun. You've got two people coming, Kate. I can't help you with them. Your nurse and your husband, he tethers you here. If he is not here, neither are you. You must say goodbye to Jack Parsons.
It's funny you should say that, Al, because believe it or not, I said goodbye to Jack Parsons about 35 minutes ago.
Well, time to make it official.
I looked down at my hand. Am I wearing a wedding band?
You are.
I assume that it's quite a rock. If I know my husband.
It's something else.
Al, my daddy raised me Catholic, and he always told me that when God gives you a gift, that you should give something back. Maybe to help out others that are less fortunate. I hold my hand out with the ring. I wonder if you could find something, well, something holy to do with this.
Something holy. And you see him put his wand of bubbles away into the same small satchel that produced a weapon that was too big to fit in there. And as he slides it away, he takes the ring and holds it up to the sun. Takes it, presses it onto his ear, and when he lets go, it is seemingly pierced through the lobe. I might just keep this one. I like it.
It suits you.
Reminds me of faith.
Well then, I suppose all that's left is to say thank you.
We'll see each other again, Caitlin Jane O'Callahan, before it's all over.
I will look forward to that.
Keep the faith. He turns and starts to walk off.
I tuck the revolver down along my side in the chair and lay my blanket over it in order to keep it hidden and make my way back to the house to await the arrival of my nurse and my husband.
As soon as you make it back up into your position in the house, it takes you about 5-10 minutes. You look back out, and in the distance, walking with the gulls, you can still see Al as he goes farther down the beach, a train of bubbles marking his path in the sky. And then you hear the door open, and you hear the main door of the house, Jack Parsons' house, swing open. And when you turn around, you see your nurse, a German aviatrix by the name of Hannah. And as we skip away from that scene, let us go back to where it all is going terribly, terribly wrong. As if any place is not going wrong. Let me see. Let's get rid of that. Let's go with a little of this. Greta, you are with Dr. Dietrich inside the laboratory building that you had been housed in. You have just rounded and headed towards the entrance of the building. And as soon as you had started to creep through the shadows, you had heard, coming from the entrance, the very same voice of Dietrich. "No, where is she?" And as soon as that goes off, you see Dr. Dietrich turn to you. It's one of us. Deeper into the. So think we have escaped, and it's goes the other way. I'm not the fighter one.
And I knew as a doctor, but I know obviously it's one of you. It's just oh.
Yeah. So he starts heading back the way that you have come, but deeper into this building. Do you follow?
Yeah, I psychology checked him pretty good last time. I think I'll do it one more time just to make sure, because Greta's
Sure, absolutely.
right now. Yeah, success.
You spent so much time around this particular version of Joseph Dietrich, this Dr. Dietrich. You know beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is the Dr. Dietrich that you worked shoulder to shoulder with for all those days and weeks. And he doesn't appear to be under any type of mental suggestion or duress. He's, if anything, what you're gleaning from him is he's extremely concerned about your safety primarily, but the fact that this is beyond his skill set.
Okay. I say, you lead the way out, and I do not know where the layout of this place. I will take the rear and attempt to fend off any attack.
Maybe we could find something else that could get us out of here. And he begins to lead you into the darkened hallways of this building that you have no clue what it really is. You simply awoke and were in this lab. I will also let chat know I have marked every one of the donations that have come in. Kate, your read lips is up by 15% now. We have several other ones that I am holding in my back pocket. Architect specifically is a very, very interesting one. So everybody let us, and a boon for Greta has just come in. And Greta, you also have something else that I have written down. Just a feast of riches for the Olympians today, but they have to survive to use them. So as you are creeping deeper into this area, roll me a spot hidden as you enter into the gloom, Greta.
Sure thing. I'll roll that. Give me a sec. Everything's so tiny, I can't read it very well. Okay. Nope. I don't see
Then roll me. You see nothing, but roll me a listen with advantage,
Okay.
and then roll me a sanity check.
Oh, well, that's an extreme success. And a sanity check, you say?
Yes.
Can I use
As
one of
soo-
my advantages on this sanity check?
Sure can, yeah. I'm
Right, I'll use it.
benevolent keeper.
You are so benevolent. Okay. Let's roll that sanity check then. Okay, hard success.
Okay, you only lose one sanity. And the reason for that is as you progress deeper into this building, you realize this is not a laboratory, nor is it a prison. This is some type of house for the criminally insane. And as you get deeper into the area, you are not in a ward of a hospital. You are in a cell block as wooden doors, ancient and archaic, stained and saturated, soaked with tears, blood, and filth, line this narrow hallway. And it's only about halfway down, and you didn't spot this, you just heard this as the doctor was leading you in here, that the doctor stops himself and he goes, "Oh my God, what is this?" And as one, and you are between two of these doors, they face one another staggered at 5-foot intervals. As one, you see arms extend from each of the windows as they begin to grab, and knuckles crack, and long yellowed nails swipe the air to the point where one of them is so close that you can smell the decay.
These are zombies. It is fine. I have fought something similar before. I'm rather offended they stuck me in an asylum, though. It's so rude. I am not nearly insane, but we should continue on. Just don't let any of the hands grab you, and I'll, pull out a scalpel.
We are not zombies! You hear
We are
come
not-
from one of them.
No. Then what are you? You smell like decaying flesh. Did you have a poor surgery? What is going on?
From one of the corners of the windows with the bars, you see a wild, jaundiced eye look out. We are in here like you.
Sure. I am in a cell, just like you, with jaundice.
Have you seen yourself?
Teacher, do I have jaundice?
I don't believe this is time for an exam. I will examine. I would love to examine you as soon as we are free. I have a
Turn
place
around
where we
and
could...
see online.
What?
It's... 5 Sekunden. It's... Turn around. Ja, nein.
Yeah, but there's no light. He gets extremely close, and his nose is like pushing up against your, and you hear this. I can't see. I can't see.
If you can't see it, just keep going. We'll check it in a minute.
I could check it. No, I won't. Later, we will. Thorough examination.
Just get out of here.
We should. He begins to duck as the arms seemingly track, almost like sunflowers seeking the star. They track down towards you as you guys kind of creep below. You're able to duck below them because the windows themselves are almost at like head level, face level, so none of the arms can extend that far, but it's almost like you're walking through a wave of withered wheat.
Okay, cool.
Roll me another spot hidden.
Oh, sure. Hard success.
You see what looks like flashlight coming from the end of the hall where you came from, but no sound.
I'll just tap him on the shoulder and gesture. Is there any place to, like, duck off and hide?
With that spot hidden, there is a cell open on the far left.
Okay. Shove him in there. I'm gonna get in and, like, hold the door, like, almost closed, but have my foot in there. And I'm gonna be ready to jump the guy if he walks past.
Dr. Dietrich gets incredibly close to your ear and he says, "What the fuck are we doing?" Okay, so you're in there. I would like you to roll a stealth check for me as... Yes, you will, I would make you roll at disadvantage, but he wants to do whatever makes you happy, so Dr. Dietrich is going to follow your lead.
Alright, well, this is gonna go real well, guys. I'm ready to fight. Oh my gosh, it's a success! I'm ready to take him out. I've got my scalpel out and everything.
So
yeah.
As you have just enough of your foot in the door, you kind of can see out as the light approaches, just, one eye against it, your hand over or keeping Dr. Dietrich quiet.
Mm-hmm.
As Dr. Greta von Krause, you watch as the approach of this light flashes, and anytime the light hits any of the windows, you see the arms retract back into them. They do not reappear.
Is it a torch, like a flashlight? Is it a lantern?
It seems like an electric hand torch, like a miner's lamp in a way, like not a flashlight as we would say they are. It's one of the ones that you kind of hold from the top, almost like a lunch pail with a lens on the front of it.
Like the old play school lights that you can change the color in, but more old-fashioned. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. So, as it's coming through, you see the familiar at this point silhouette of Joseph Dietrich wearing the uniform of the Nazis as he walks searching with the light as you kind of slide back with your stealth roll as the light passes through the window of your cell, briefly touches on the crack that you have, but he proceeds past. You note that there are several other footsteps, but you dare not look. And as you creep back out when you hear them pass by, you would think that there's 3 or 4 people either with him or including him. You're not sure.
Okay. I'll turn around while we're still in this cell to Dr. D.
He is so close that when you turn around, you are literally lip to lip with him.
Do you know how many people came with the other Dietrich?
I did not know there was another Dietrich.
Okay,
No.
okay. Do you know where all the others are? Elias, Isabella. Okay.
Oh, I thought you meant the Dietrichs. The Dietrichs everywhere, but
I know
Yeah,
this.
Sawyer, he should be here somewhere. The Ives and O'Callahan's, they were taken someplace else. But we can get to your friend Sawyer.
Yeah.
I believe they're trying to kill him. They're just
Yeah.
taking their time.
Okay, well, last one's gone.
Should we go the other way now?
I do not know the layout of this place.
I don't know what Caesar just came in to get you.
Shh.
I didn't say that. This is a stage whisper. Let's go. I think we should go back the other way then. Towards the front. I know where the front is.
Right, if you know what the front is, then at least we can get out and we know it's in the opposite direction of where he's going. Hopefully, maybe. Let's go. Quickly.
Okay, let's do it. That's right. And he creeps out and leads you through. The arms do not return. But Greta, as you pass the one cell, you hear a giggle. Just like us. And as you creep through, you get back into the hallway where your lab was, where your little cell was, the closet. You pass back.
What's this Oppenheimer in there? Like in the closet I put him in?
Oppenheimer is not there if you check for him.
Okay. Just keep going.
You get towards the front and you realize that there are no guards. And as you head towards the front of this building, Dietrich looks at you and says, "That's the door I came through. That's the way I got in here."
Right. Well, that is good. We should leave that way, but first we are going to check and make sure nothing is going to kill us on the other side. And I would like to first listen and see if I hear anything on the other side of the door or the entrance.
Go right ahead.
Okay, let's see. Hard success! Greta's ready.
You don't hear anything.
Next, I'll peek. And look through the crack of the door.
Spot hidden.
Success!
You don't see anything.
This last one's gone. Let's go. And she'll creep out. She's got her hypo syringe in one hand and a scalpel in the other.
Okay. As you creep open the door and begin to leave, we will cut over to an area relatively close to this one as two men, both dressed like guards, one of them, Elijah Sawyer, severely beaten. One of them, a man by the name of John Dillinger, as the two of them stare as these orderly guards. And I love that, Pope. Dillinger has just said, "I'm impressed. You made it out of here yourself. You ready to leave? Get your doctor friend and that crazy one from the brewery."
Oh, my agile, amicable, accelerated friend. How are you enjoying Europe, Mr. Worldwide? Yes,
it sucks,
we need
but...
yeah. Let's see. We need the doctor. And then I've made the acquaintance of another doctor. And if we could bump onto him on the way out, I would appreciate it.
Two doctors? You mean... We got the Kraut doctor, the German. Who's the other doctor?
Oh, some dick. I don't remember his name, but I'm going to kill him. I'm going to pluck out his eyes.
Could that wait? He looks you up and down. I mean, no offense, but Mr. Lecht, you look like shit.
Okay, a quick shower, but then I'm going to pluck out his eyes.
All right, sold. Yeah, you're the German somewhere. She should be 2 buildings over. So, you want to go in? Or we just gonna shoot the place up? I'm good for either. Again, you look like shit though. So quiet, maybe.
Yes, We'll head in. You'll be the muscle, I'll be the brains. Just good old days.
Oh, we'll both be the brains. I'm not Phil.
Thank God. Let's go.
You roll a stealth check for me as you begin. This is a general one as you...
Success, 67.
And this isn't so much you kind of creeping along in shadow to shadow, but the two of you are able to kind of blend in with the general pedestrian traffic, which is limited here on the grounds of whatever this place is. So in the garb of the guards that you're wearing, no one notices the V of blood on the chest of yours, Elijah, from where you slit the throat of the man that formerly wore it. But you're able to get through, and in the distance, you see Women's Home for the Criminally Insane.
If I had 3 guesses, I'd put at least 2 of them on Greta being in there.
That's what she is. So, how do you want to go about this? There's a side door, there's a front door, and, I mean, there's windows and shit, but, I mean, we're not really second story guys, so what do you want to do?
That all depends, friend. Do you have something I could arm myself with? I'm partial to 32s, but anything at this point.
He opens up his jacket, and swinging by 2 pocket holsters are revolvers. Take your pick.
You are a man of... You are a man of God.
No, the other direction.
He'll yoink one, and... Well, whichever one's closer. Let's get this over with.
So he comes up to the side door. You see that as soon as he turns it, it's locked. But you see his hand blur, as if all of a sudden there are 20 fingers. And then, click, the door opens. He opens it and gestures inside. After you... No, shit, I better go first. Christ, look at you. And he walks in with his gun out.
I'll just try to keep up.
When you walk into the area, you pass through a cage and you reach a hallway. And as soon as you reach the hallway, I would like you to roll a listen, spot hidden, any sensorial device you would like to roll.
My spot hidden's a little higher, so I will fail it anyway.
Roll me a listen with advantage then. And a sanity check.
Oh, no. I certainly don't like that, no, sir. Hard success on the listen. I'm going to use one of my advantages in my sanity check. And I passed with a hard success.
Nice, nice. So you only lose 1 sanity.
Woo.
And as you're sitting there, you don't see anything as Dillinger leads you down this hallway. And as you pass through this narrow space with doors that are offset 5 feet at a junction, you do not hear the cackle of a jaundiced eye. Instead, you hear a whisper. Elijah.
Did you hear that? Am I hearing things again?
I heard something say Elijah.
Oh, shit. Hello?
Elijah.
Watch my back, please.
Hey, well, you think it's her? Why is she calling you Elijah? Is that your other... Oh, what's her... Okay. Yeah. And he kind of steps to the side. You track it down to a door, but there's no face at the door. Elijah.
Well, Strider is increasingly paranoid playing this game, but Elijah's not, so he's going to stick his face right up against the bars and see if he can see anything in there.
Roll spot hidden.
Success.
Just as you look in through the equally small door that's window that's opposite this window in the door, there's a window in the cell. And as a ray of moonlight catches through the British night and the fog, it illuminates for a brief second the gaunt face of Ruth.
Now, what exactly is going on here?
What's going on? Is it her?
Hey, who the hell are you? Why you look like that?
Elijah.
No. No, I've seen a lot of shit in here. In the last few months. This is going too far.
Dillinger walks up. I mean, what the fuck is going on?
Hold on a second. He's gonna try the door. Is it locked? Like, can you gain access to this from the outside?
It has a slide. It's not a traditional key lock. It's just kind of a large bar that slides into the stone itself. It's a very old place, and you're able to free it if you want to open it.
Yeah, he has his gun out and ready, but he's gonna open up the door.
The moonlight remains for a bit as you see the pale, withered leg of Ruth as it extends away from her, as she is incredibly thin, lying in the corner.
This is a funny joke, huh? You don't figure out just how to press my buttons.
Man, what the fuck are you talking about? He looks in. I ain't the fucking doctor. Let's go.
Elijah's gonna walk up to the gaunt figure, kind of sit down on his haunches, trying to get up in her face and get her attention. Who the hell are you?
The eyes that are feverish and seemingly too big for the skull in which they're set roll and look at you, and you see them gain recognition. Elijah, I made it. I made it.
What she mean she made it? What are y'all trying to get at here? No, you're right, let's go. He stands up, paces like to the door, stops, pivots, turns back around like it's down on his haunches again. What the hell's going on?
Dillinger, what in the fuck are you doing? And Ruth looks at you and says, Elijah, I made it from the farm. And let's cut away from this scene as we go back to the rooftops of Jerusalem.
Oh.
So as the two of you spin, and as you realize that these creatures are going to be on you, I would like to know how Dwight Burke and Sabella Ives intend to defend themselves against 4 creatures of unearthly construction, as they are loping from rooftop to rooftop, and they are preparing to pounce.
What's after us, Dwight?
Dwight looks at Isabella. And he just stands up and he begins to open fire with the grease gun. Anything coming at us.
Use your words. Damn it.
There's no words.
I'm going to allow you to fire at 2 of these because 2 are coming from one
Yeah.
direction and 2 are coming from another. So go ahead and
He wants to keep her down. All he wants to do is protect her.
okay.
But he stands up.
That's up to Sabella Ives whether or not she wants to stay down.
Well, that's her
but-
choice. Dwight makes that decision.
Okay, hard success and an extreme.
Yeah, he blasts them
Okay.
both.
I would like you to roll me, what is it, 2d10 and 6d10 for each of these creatures. In fact,
Are
just
these
roll me.
the snake
roll-
dogs?
Yeah, they're snake dogs.
In fact, you know what we're going to do? Let's just multiply by what you've already rolled for damage. So
Yeah.
with 20 and 60, or 20 and, as soon as you
He
get
blasts
up,
them both out of existence.
as you open up, Sabella, you hear the grease gun as he just unloads,
Yeah.
and the muzzle flash that's appearing on the top of this building in Jerusalem. You
He's
see
a
these
target.
you see these 2 creatures just explode into ribbons of ebony flesh. But before Dwight has a chance, as he pops one of the clips out of the grease gun and goes to load another, 2 of them are loping towards you from the opposite direction. Sabella Ives.
Now hold on. I stood up to attention all 4. That has
Oh, don't
no
worry.
fact-
They're all coming right at you, bud.
Yeah, that's what I want.
That's what you get.
Great. Very happy for you, Steven. Sabella will move behind him and looking at them and seeing that they have snake-like attributes. I will try and talk to them in Nakal. Like catch an eye and try to like command it in Nakal. Because that's the snake language.
Okay, we're going to make a roll to see if you can hit this Nakal language, and then we're
Okay.
going to do something else beyond that.
Okay, I'll use an advantage on the Nakal. Yes, regular success.
What do you say, Sabella Ives?
Probably good doggy. But in Nakal. So basically what I am trying to communicate is I'm trying to take it and make it more of the mind of protecting us rather than attacking us. So protect and good doggy. Both.
Fantastic. Roll me a charm. Fast talk. One of those.
I'll use the other advantage. Hard success. I knew it would come into play one day. And it's on a dog.
Dwight, as the your eyes are still adjusting to the muzzle flash as it disappears from the grease gun, and as you let the one clip slide out, you slam the other one home, turn around, hoping that these things are at least delayed enough. As you spin around, you see Sabella as she calmly is petting one of the heads, the snake heads of the 2 dogs, as they are sitting there. They don't look friendly at all, but they are not attacking.
Good doggies. You know, I never had a dog, Dwight, but I can see the appeal now. You're so good. I smile at him real big.
Dwight, like, what in the?
What?
Can I spot hidden to see some kind of control she has over these
What?
monsters? in front of him?
Listen, I'm going to give you this one for free. She stopped these dogs. If you want to know how, you're going to have to ask her, because this isn't something you can look at and understand. This
What
is
the
like, if you
fuck
succeeded
is
on a
going
spot
on,
hidden, I'd make you do
Sabella?
a sanity.
Yeah, Dwight wants to destroy them. Like right now, wants to literally boom and boom.
They're fine. They're fine. Y'all are fine. And you just hear like hisses and whispers as she's talking to the.
Dwight spits. Like, what the fuck? He's
They're
like,
like guard dogs. That's useful,
Oh.
right?
they're not guard dogs.
You are breaking up, and I assume that's your mind slowly degrading in my presence.
That's my internet.
Why don't both of you roll me a listen check?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Go first.
Extreme success.
Yeah, she'll go beat me.
But I am a librarian.
All right, but I'll.
Nice.
I have a success.
Okay, with the extreme success, here's what you get, Sabella. As these beasts have calmed down, while they look so unimaginably alien, they do have similar behaviors to animals as they begin to kind of walk in circle and lay down on the loose rock of this rooftop in Jerusalem. And as they
They're
quiet,
not pets. They're not pets.
as they quiet to the point where you are able to listen to the night, you can tell that either the grease gun or perhaps just the positioning of everything, you can hear that there's a commotion on the street. It's not below you, though. It seems to be converging on this area. You should be able to sneak away in the same direction that Dwight was trying to go. They're not here yet, and you can definitely either take to the street or you can take to the rooftop. That's an extreme.
All right, Dwight. Well, it's probably a good time for us to move. Where do you think we should go? Where are we?
Dwight throws his garb off. You know, he would probably have a polo shirt, a button up, khaki pants. He throws his garb on Sabella.
Thank you.
Yeah, he gives whatever he can give to her. You know, he probably has a muscle tee on underneath that. He would give that to her if she needs it.
All right, let's move.
He just once again, the goofy shit that happens, all the magic shit, he just puts aside. We gotta go.
Yep.
Now.
Come on.
They're not coming with us, Sabella. Those fucking monstrosities are not coming with us.
Dwight, be polite.
It's polite. They're.
Dwight, stay focused on the mission, which is moving. Thank you, sir.
Sabella, you do notice that they are wearing some form of band. It's not a collar, but it's definitely like a metallic alloy type of thing that's around the base of like the snake neck. While you have kept them from tearing you guys apart, you're not necessarily sure they're going to deviate too far from their course of action.
Sure.
It looks like they are going to. It looks like they're going to stay where they are and not do anything.
Great. Come on, Dwight. We'll leave them.
Shoots them.
Don't. Please don't. I'm serious.
Right. Dwight will not shoot them. As absurd as his brain, he lets her decide. Okay.
I'm gonna call that
let's
one
go.
Cleo
Now,
and that one Tom.
He's gonna. Now, let's go. Please.
Bye. Yep. Let's go.
They sort of snaky look at you, kind of like coming out of a basket.
No, that's
and
sympathetic.
they turn for a moment, and then they just lay there and, go about their snaky dog business. We're going to say that you all are able to take to the city streets of Jerusalem, and within 20-25 minutes, you return to the second-story safe house that was set up by Rattan and Dwight Burke. Inside, Rattan is not there, but you do see that there is a note indicating again the area in which this dig site was supposed to be going, and written in the hand of Rattan that you have come to know, Dwight, it simply says Blue Turban, and then a bullseye is written beside it.
Well, hold on now. In his brain, he has Rattan in his writing thinks that this is a person I should kill. I got that information from the guy that sold me out. Do
Yep.
I not find that strange?
Well, it seems that the information was valid according to what you have seen here from Ratan. And once again, if you remember, what the guy told you was he gave you the information that was provided, but then simply said that they had his granddaughter. And then he did tell you to escape by the roof.
Okay.
Where are we?
You're currently in the old quarter of
No,
Jerusalem.
Dwight,
Oh.
where are we?
Yeah.
I was
kinda
just
like-
helping.
Jerusalem.
Uh,
I
can-
know.
Idea check, because I'm you know,
You need to think
And-
about where we are.
yeah,
before you
what
answer
no,
me.
he does, because what you just threw at me was completely the wrong thing that I was thinking. What do I need to roll, Jage?
To learn how. Wait.
Yeah, I don't understand how Raton understood who I should kill before I got the information who I should kill.
Okay, yeah, roll me an idea check.
All right. That's intelligence, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll probably fail this.
Or you won't.
I did not.
Yep. With an extreme success, I'll tell you this. This is your keeper's way of reminding you of things that happened in the last episode. So you are able to bring both yourself and the audience up to speed on who Dwight's target
Salt,
here.
salt.
Here is at the archaeological dig. Your target is wearing a blue turban. That's new information. And so you have been given a course and a set as provided to you by Brother James. This information you knew was the target that was going to be delivered to you by the Elder. The Elder, of course, sold you out because apparently their granddaughter was captured. But they
Okay.
did, in fact, give you the ability to leave and warned you in time to escape. So
And they gave you a name.
there's your
I got
recap.
it. Okay. I had all of that. I get it. Okay. So he turns to Sabella and he says, listen, I was sent here by a Catholic priest named James. He brought me here. He's given us the most directions, Sabella. Me and you both believe, Dwight tries to imply to Sabella that we both want to, he already knows that Sabella wants to continue the mission and get things going and find out what's going on. He knows she wants an end game. He brought me here. I didn't want to leave you, but it was no choice. They want me to kill a man named Thomas Kent.
Why?
I don't know why. I've never asked why when I kill people.
Why would you kill them then?
I trust James,
Who?
the man who sent me here. I can't explain what's going on, Sabella. But
Well, I can't explain a lot of things, but I don't just kill people for no reason.
I kill people and I don't have to explain it.
That is terrible.
That's the opposite. It may be, but that's what I've done. But I believe
This
him.
is why you left us, because some priest told you to go kill someone. That does not sound very Christian to me, Dwight.
Christian. That has nothing. Christian has nothing to do with why I'm here, Sabella.
Okay.
Let me ask you something. Why do you think we're here? Why do you think? Why? What do you expect from what we're doing right now?
I think we're gonna stop Robert Meadham and Caduceus.
Okay. You think we're going to stop Robert to meet him, or meet him, and that's what your goal is here.
Yes.
To further our agenda, we have to do this.
Who says?
I trust James. I trust him. I talked to Raton. There's no other way in my mind that I've put myself And now you're here. We have no other way to decide this decision.
We can try and find the others and regroup. I hope
What happened to the others?
I don't know. Kate and I were in a detention facility, and then Robert Meadham took me away. I don't know where the others are, and I appeared here. But
Robert Meadham.
yeah, and they were supposed to kill Kate and Elijah. So what day is it?
It's
Friday the 13th, October
Friday.
1933.
Oh, that's bad. Friday the 13th.
Okay. Well, I don't know what this Thomas Kent has to do with anything. Why would you leave us?
I believe what he told me. That's all I can say. I can't go beyond. He has direction. The people I've talked to for the past week have given me direction. I need to have some semblance of idea of what we're doing here. If this person has to go, I'm all willing to find out why we have to get rid of this person. But Thomas Kent is the target.
I don't think that we would have been caught if you'd been there. And if Kate and Elijah are dead because of you, then that can be on your soul now too.
What do you mean dead?
They were shoot on sight. They weren't gonna. Fine. Let's go. This is the best. If they're free or until we can find some way of finding out if they're still imprisoned, this is the last place they knew to come.
I need your help. I need your help.
We needed your help in England, Dwight. But I don't.
I need your help right now. We need to find out about Thomas Kent.
Fine.
And, let's do this as quickly as possible. And I will arrange transportation to get us back to England as fast as I can.
Fine. Kent, then
What did they do in England, Sabella? Tell me what they did. What happened there?
I don't really want to talk about it.
You have to talk about it. You have to tell me what happened.
I don't have to do anything I don't choose to do, Mr. Burke. Now, how about you secure some transportation for us?
I can't leave here.
I meant to Thomas Kent. If I recall, he was 2 to 3 hours south of the city by car. Because
You are correct.
I take notes.
Okay.
So let's just say that for
Are
the
you going to help me?
Yes, Dwight Burke.
So as we pull out of Jerusalem with a unsteady peace between two gods, a destination set to reveal the identity and the elimination of one Thomas Kent, we return to a beach house in Malibu. Oops, that's not you. Let me go back here.
There we go.
What happened? Everybody jump around.
Too many windows.
Her hand slipped.
Oh, okay. Never
Sorry.
mind.
Sorry.
Okay, so never mind. Everybody knows who everybody else is, so we'll just stay as we are right now. So as we let me go back here. Your nurse has just walked in. And as your nurse walks back into this area,
I shoot her in the head.
roll me a luck roll.
Wait, why am I rolling luck, Greg? I took a shot.
Because I've nicely asked for you to roll luck.
Can I take advantage on the luck roll?
You sure can.
I will. 41, success.
So much like a scene out of Kill Bill where a nurse is showing up to finish off somebody that they really don't like. Instead of being met with a comatose Uma Thurman, they are met with an armed, not Kate Parsons, a Caitlin Jane O'Callahan. As you introduce Hannah's brains to Malibu.
God, I hated that woman since Berlin.
When she drops to the ground, you hear a decidedly metal clink as what is her new arm bounces off of the stone and woodwork. It moves independently for a second, firing with the last of her neurons. And she is very still. And you get another advantage back from Pope.
Can you describe the state of the room to me here? Is there, do I feel as though there's any possibility that I could get her pieces out of the way before Parsons returns?
I tell you what, without an idea roll being sent here, since you're already figuring this out, and to help with theater of the mind, you believe that you could meet Jack in the driveway if that was something that you cared to do. But as far as cleaning up a crime scene with a head wound, that was cauterized, but still you're in a wheelchair, you don't think you've got that type of time, because as you stated before, you know just how long it takes to get back here. And that time is any minute.
So rather than meet him openly in the driveway, I'd like to take a position so that I can, I have a clear field of fire as soon as he gets out of the car. Do I think of a place where I could do that? On the front porch, perhaps, or anywhere?
If you're looking for the best area in which to lure him out into the open, which would still give you cover, the gazebo where you had your wedding would probably be the best.
I'll head on out to the gazebo then.
Yeah, you're able to get yourself in position as the railing around the gazebo that leads from that point out into the beach sets you up with a lot of really nice cover and a lot of very open space for one Jack Parsons. And as soon as you get there, you hear a car pull up, you hear a door slam, and you hear, Kate? Kate? Katie!
I'm taking 2 shoulder shots here. That's what I'm after. So calling shots, how do you want to play that?
Easy. I will let you, anything, a hard or an extreme success on your shots will get you the desired range.
Okay. By my count, I have 2 advantages here as well. So how many? Go
here's
ahead.
Here's what I'm going to do for you. I see everybody in chat has their ideas of how this should go down. So you know what, chat? I am a benevolent keeper, and I will state this: for the low price of 2 advantages, I am going to give you full view access to the large canister of natural gas that powers the house. It rests underneath the struts of the Malibu beach house and is in full view of you from the gazebo. one Jack Parsons would have to walk past this to reach you.
Damn it. I appreciate that. I appreciate it very, very much. But I want to have a word with this gentleman before it's all over.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna take those body shots. My goal here is to get him on the ground, so that I can do that.
Okay. Fire away.
How many shots am I taking here?
It's a distance, so you can't fan the hammer, so you'll be taking 2.
And I'll take advantage on the first. Oh,
You're done, don't worry.
okay.
With an extreme shot, not the serpent gun, but Calamity Jane barks in your hand with a and as it releases this hiss, very similar to something that Sabella Ives just spoke to 2 snake-headed dogs on the rooftops of Jerusalem. You see your husband in this place, Jack Parsons, grab first at one shoulder, and then the arm that's grabbing falls loose as both shoulders are struck, the joints shattered and fused, as he looks and then falls to his knees and sees you with a weapon. Katie, what's going on?
I'm already on the move back toward him. What happened to you, Jack?
What do you mean? You can see that he's somehow compartmentalizing the pain. Jack, your partner.
I don't know who you are, but you are not the Jack Parsons that I knew. The Jack Parsons that I knew didn't just love me, he respected me.
How do you think I got this way, Kate? I came looking for you. And you shoot me? Do you know how long I was in that purple?
Jack, I don't give a good goddamn how long you were in there. I expected better of you, and I had every right to. Everything that you have. Everything. All the success, all the fame. What would you have had it not been for me? The real me, Jack.
You're all I ever wanted.
No, you didn't want Kate O'Callahan, Jack. You wanted a bird in a gilded cage. Well, I'll tell you what. Your bird's done flown, and I hold the pistol out to his forehead and take the final shot.
There's no final words from Jack Parsons. But the moment before you pull the trigger, you see his eyes go to a nebula. And as his head rocks back, you see him fall to the ground, to the same sand that you remember saying vows over. And as you're staring at the hole, the perfectly cauterized hole in his head, a bubble floats out of the sky, lands on the hole, and pops. Let's cut back to the asylum. And as we cut back to the asylum, I'd like a listen check from Greta and a listen check from Elijah.
Failed.
Elijah, you hear something down the hallway. Just the sound of movement, of life. Dillinger looks at you. We gotta go. That could be them. That could be somebody else. Let's get moving, man. What's going on with you?
He's not paying any attention to Dillinger. He's still talking to the gaunt figure that resembles Ruth, lying in the corner of the cell. What's your full name?
Ruth Roselle.
Where did we meet, Ruth?
Bus stop.
I'm gonna regret this. Dillinger, you need to watch our backs. He's gonna find some way to holster the gun, maybe in a belt loop or something. Waistband. He's gonna do what he can. Yeah, he's gonna do what he can to maybe get her arms around his shoulders or something.
She weighs less than 100 pounds. She's no check needed for you to heft her into your arms. Dillinger. Ma'am? Siri, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm quite calm. This is the first time I've ever seen your composure rocked. If you're that scared, we can get going.
You don't know who's walking around here, man. How many of them are walking around here? And he starts heading towards the front of, in the opposite direction, away from the noise that he heard. And as you are all creeping, Greta, you're the first to see Elijah, who you believe to be dead, holding something in his arms. And Dillinger, a man that drove a getaway car for you in a brewery in New Jersey. And as they walk and see you, Greta, you see Dillinger's eyes go wide as he pulls his gun out, whips it forward, and you see him, the hammer pulls back, and you see, is there anything you would like to do, Greta?
I don't think I can stop Dillinger at all. And it's not Elijah, so she's not gonna jump in front of the bullet. So I think she's just gonna try to just sweep Dietrich's legs so he can get dropped down and not get shot.
You need to roll me an extreme strength here as Dillinger moves very fast.
A strength, not a fighting roll.
Not unless you want to kill Dietrich, but you're trying to knock him over, right?
I'm gonna use one of my advantages.
Sure.
Because I do like Dietrich. I like Dietrich a whole lot. No! Nope! He getting shot!
As you drop down, you see Dr. Dietrich as he turns and... What are you doing? Are you all right? And as soon as he says that, you see the bullet enter his forehead as he rocks back and his eyes go wide and he slumps and falls slowly to the ground as a handheld crank begins to send off a... But before we end this session, of Project Athena's Pulp Cthulhu, we're actually going to switch ahead to the next day.
What? Do not approve.
In Jerusalem, when the morning of Saturday the 14th, 1933 October, as newly garbed in long robes and head wrap, Sabella Ives and Dwight Burke are staring down at an overlook at an archaeological site, spyglasses and binoculars in hand as they kind of peruse the area. And there, one out of hundreds, is a sky bright blue turban. I'd like you each to roll a spot hidden for me.
He's an extreme. How exciting. Look at his face.
And with an extreme, and a beat or two later, the sniper, through his scope, perhaps would see this as well. A jug of water is issued, and you see the person dip the water into a metal container, pull the turban wrap down, take a large drink, and look up, not in your direction, but just over your shoulder, as Jack Kilgrave decides today was a good day. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to end this session of Pulp Cthulhu's Project Athena. I missed my boy Jack. I'm bringing him back. So, as we are here and we have done the impossible, which makes us mighty, chat, you have been absolutely fantastic. Every one of your contributions will be in effect at the beginning of next episode. Several of them, including motorcycles with sidecars, are going to come into play when they are narratively the best place I can place them. I dare say perfect is a word that cannot be used in Pulp Cthulhu, but we will certainly, or I will certainly strive to place them in as nice a place as possible. I will also let you know that we again will be rolling for both our Sanity Healing next episode, as well as our Dwight Burke care package. And this week, the care package from the Burke farm goes to Elijah. And his package was Ruth. And so, she's got something with her. As we continue to go into our final season of Pulp Cthulhu Project Athena, I want to talk to all of our people who, everyone pay attention, they've got different names now, so let's hear who they are and follow in chat for the links. I will go back in the way that we came and start with Lindy. Lindy, how did you like it?
Why are we starting with me? Hi! I'm Laugh Love Lindy. I forgot to know his goals. Everything's fine. I was so sad Dr. Dietrich is dead. I adored Dr. Dietrich. Greta thought he was nice. He was, like, on par with, like, Dwight. So she liked him. But, my heart, Greg. I loved him. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to see what happens next because Greta has a lot of things to say. Which is unusual for Greta, but she has a lot of things to say, some of which I was hoping to say tonight, but I guess I have to hold on to for a whole nother 7 days. Thanks, Greg. But yeah, you can find me online at Laugh Love Lindy on the Twitches and the Twitters, doing all sorts of tabletop games and stuff. I'm at the in-laws right now, but at some point next week I'll be back on a regular schedule, and I'm hyped to get back to all my normal stuff. So.
Yeah, I like Dr. Dietrich too. He was one of my favorite Dietrichs, and that's saying a lot because I've had fun with a bunch of them. It's sorry to see him go, but Dillinger has orders. And speaking of Dillinger, let's go over to Dillinger's new best bud, or at least confused partner, as we talk to one Strider. Strider, how are you doing, my friend? And how did you enjoy the session, or did you hate it?
I loved it. This is one of my favorite sessions. One of my favorite scenes we've had from all 4 seasons was everything in Malibu Beach. And that was some of the most pulpy dialogue that we've squeezed from this project. Thank you, chat, for being respectful and pressing F to pay respects to poor baby Dr. Dietz. I've been riding the high since last week when Dillinger first showed up, so I'm sure I can wait 7 more days to see what happens here and what goes on. Apparently I'm popular tonight, so thank you, chat, for all these votes. I thought I was going to get 1 health back and lose 10 sanity and I was going to scream, but it's actually turning out well for once, as well as it can. Anyway, catch me here next week, where hopefully it'll go as well as it can.
Absolutely, brother. Hey, you know what? You got out pretty lucky with that. It was a good situation, and the care packages are worth their weight in potential sanity losses that you might have to endure to get there. So hopefully it's all worth the while as we wait another 7 days to go back to 1933. But Stephen, my friend, the sniper who was running on the rooftops, surprised by Sabella's ability to train and heal snake dogs. How are you doing, buddy?
Oh, listen, Lauren, literally, she runs circles around me. It's just what happens when we're together. She runs literally circles around me. I'm going to do what I do next week. Jack Kilgrave, he dies next week. Put it down. Write it.
Write it
He's
down.
Done. Yep. That Jack Kilgrave. I want Project Kronos to hear it. I want you to hear it. I want them to hear it. That motherfucker, he goes next week. Goodbye. Sorry.
Jack Kilgrave dead. Niedermeyer dead. Everybody dead. Okay, very good. We've had the declaration the sniper's going to kill Jack Kilgrave. As we jump up now to Allison. Allison, Kate, how'd you hate it?
This was a long time coming. I wrote Jack Parsons into Kate's backstory back in November or December. If you're interested in seeing how that happened and really feeling bad about what happened tonight, you can, maybe feeling a little bad. You can check it out. Look for my Twitter. I've got some links to the backstory as well as a bunch of other backstory pieces that I've written that may connect with some of our other characters. As amazing as that was, as much fun as that was, my 2 favorite parts, I was losing it when Ruth showed up. I could not believe. And I cannot wait to see where that goes.
That is not a good thing. That is a knife in the gut.
I know. I know it is. I cannot wait to see where it goes. And the calling the snake dogs to heal, petting them, naming them. I was hoping to see Sabella walk away with a pack of snake as the pack leader of a pack of snake dogs. Maybe there's still time this season for that to happen. That was a great moment. So many great moments to come, and so many of them happen because of you, chat. Thanks so much for the ways that you intervene and help us out. Pope especially loved getting to interact with you one-on-one in this episode as the Pope of Malibu. Love this cast, your family to me, and can't wait for next Sunday. Until then, find me on Twitter, Allison with 2 L's and a Y, Robinson, and we'll see you next week, folks.
Fantastic. And finally, we drop over to my partner who does a ton of my overlays and stuff for my scheduling and never once asks me to credit her. And I do because she helps me out a whole bunch. Lauren, how are you doing? And
Why are you buttering me up? What do you want?
Can I be honest? I'll be honest. Okay.
What?
Let me put your links in chat real quick.
Oh God, what does he want?
No, listen, I can be... That was legitimately one of the best. I play Cthulhu quite a bit. I have the absolute luxury of running for some absolute fantastic people in multiple Cthulhu games. That was probably the best use of a language I have ever heard about, ever saw, ever read. Fantastic, and I couldn't have loved that little bit anymore. And as Strider said, we squeezed a lot of pulp out. If you can find me anything that's pulpier or more John Carter-esque than putting to heel two snake-headed dogs just because you were smart enough to learn the language, then by God, I know that you're a liar if you say you found something better. So Lauren, how did you like it this evening? I liked it.
I loved it, as always. It's my favorite thing to do in the whole world. That is not hyperbole. Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm That Salty Ginger over on Twitter. I had a plan and I enacted it. Yay, me! You can find me tomorrow over on Scratikids' channel at 6 p.m. Eastern playing some D&D 5e set in Eberron. And then I'm going to be, let's see, I have some Lady Blackbird on Friday on Off the Table with my best friend Kiana and a bunch of whole other awesome people. And I'm going to be running a game next season on this channel, which I'm really excited about. More news on that coming soon. That's me.
Awesome. And once again, I want to mirror everything that this wonderful cast said. I don't want to keep you any longer than what we already have because you are all fantastic. Pope, thank you very much. Architect, everybody for these great, thoughtful donations. None of these are just throwaways. They're perfectly timed, perfectly placed, which makes this narrative a constructive community event. It's exactly what I always envisioned for it. I couldn't appreciate your presence anymore. And with that being said, 2018's, and people got on me for saying it's a bad year. I don't want to be, there's been some beautiful things that have happened in 2018. So I will just say this, 2018 is a challenging year. 1933 also holds its challenges, but we're here. And so if you want to take a break from where you are, come see us every Sunday, 7 to 9 Eastern in 1933 for at least a little bit longer, as what we are going to do is round out this year of 33 in the best and most pulpy way possible. Grimjack21502 on the Twitches and the Twitters. Here on the channel, we have Dragonlance May Black Roses Bloom on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. We have Project Kronos, which is a sister show to the one you've just watched. It is on Saturdays from 2 to 4. We have many new shows that are coming, including Highlander, If on a Winter's Night, run by Cypher System. We have Dungeon of the Mad Mage that's also coming, the aforementioned Lauren show, and perhaps some other things that are flashing up. But what I want more than any new show or any new players is a chat and a community that likes to tell stories and sit around the campfire and roll some dice. So everyone, until next we roll, please take care of yourselves, and we'll see you right here.